You know, I'm not much of a detective.
Where is he?
But yeah, so it took a whole lot of time and a whole lot of trying to finally get that. But by the end of it, that video that came out was crystal clear.
Okay, if you would,
Cool.
stand, pledge allegiance.
Cool.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I call the meeting to order.
Councilman Jason Christie.
So fun.
Councilman Dominic Diggle. Councilman Chad Pass. Councilman Tommy Swindle. Councilman Alex Faulkner. Mayor Jim Sullivan.
Reading of the September 11th meeting, if you had time to go over. We have a motion to accept. We have a second.
Councilman Jason Grigsby.
Yes.
Councilman Dominic Diggle. Yes. Councilman Chad Pass.
Yes.
Councilman Tommy Swindle.
Yes.
Councilman Alex Faulkner.
Yes. Well, on the agenda tonight, we have the Honorable Judge Cameron Aldridge and Honorable Judge Greg Reed, so I'm gonna turn the floor over to y'all.
I am Tamara Aldridge, and I know most of y'all as Tamara Doty. I grew up here in Cleveland, and I noticed you almost said Tamara Doty, I would answer to.
Well, people understand, you know, we're just
I'm gonna, if you
regular
don't mind,
people,
we'll
so
go
you
and
know,
let Judge
this
Reed
is
kind of
like,
give his spiel.
man, you don't know what
But
this
I
is.
am the probate judge of Blount County, and this is just a resolution we're asking the town of Cleveland to consider, allowing me to have equity powers. Judge?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, Council. It's a privilege to be here tonight, and privilege to serve as a circuit judge and serve alongside Judge Aldridge. And you're doing a wonderful job as a new probate judge and a dedicated probate judge slot that's not no longer served as the county commission chair. I've been in office since January 2023, and when I came into office, I was appointed by Governor Ivey as reelected to a term that began January of this year. So we have made a real constant effort to try to do docket management over our three divisions. In circuit court, we basically have the circuit civil docket, circuit criminal docket, and domestic relations docket. When I came into office, we had at that time 2,178 active cases across those three divisions. So we started trying to work through those things. We hope for every day. We try to be very diligent about resolving things with orders in a timely manner. At the end of September of 2025, that number is now at 1,126. So we've made a real dent into it, but I think that's kind of the number that we're going to settle out at. I'll give you some other numbers. The Alabama Administrative Office of Courts gives us a target of how long that they expect a case. Now, this is a target. It's not a hard, fast rule. It's a goal to achieve. But a domestic relations case, they have a target from start to finish of 18 months. That's your divorces, your child custody modifications, child paternity, rule nisi, people not paying child support. It's basically the domestic modifications. They have a goal of 18 months. For a circuit criminal case, they have a goal of 12 months. And for a circuit civil case, they have a goal of 30 months. So at January the 31st of 2023, in the domestic relations division, we had 300 cases that were over that 18-month target. At the end of September of this year, we had 17. So we've gone from 300 to 17. In the circuit civil division, we had 501, we're down to 62. And then in the circuit criminal division, we had 594, we're down to 331. And I will add that about 268 of those 331 are outstanding felony warrants or outstanding indictment warrants that haven't been served and we can't find the people. So we're getting to a close point where half our criminal docket is people that don't know where they're at. I And I say all that to say this, is that we've made a concerted effort with the staff, the things that we have now, to really get control of the docket, to get the older cases moved through, not just to move them through, just to move them through, but to move them through so folks can have resolution. I think that's one of the things that are important for folks when they have an issue that comes before the court, that you can get the matter in, get it heard, get a resolution. You may not like the resolution. I mean, we have, in most cases, and Attorney Smith here will tell you, you've got one side that's probably leaving not as happy as the other one, and you may have two that leave completely mad. So, resolution is important, particularly in domestic relations cases, because that deals directly with families. So why are we here tonight? For the first time in history of the county that I know of, we have a probate judge who is also a lawyer. A lot of several types of cases that come to the circuit court, originated probate court, there are will contests, estate removals, some that come up to circuit court just for limited issues of equity. Is a will valid? I don't know, give me draw a blank on it. Is a will valid is the main one. Some people contest sales for divisions, those types of things. But those come up, they may come up for a limited issue, then they go back down to the probate court for the remainder of the administration of the estate. In other counties, they have introduced bills where they grant the probate judge equity powers, then to hear those cases, so they all stay in the same court for the duration of the case. And that's what we're here tonight to ask for, is we're asking our legislative delegation, and they're agreed to submit this bill, but it has to be a constitutional amendment, so it will be on the ballot for the November election of 2026, if we can get the bill to the legislature. But it is to make probate judge, to confer equity powers on probate judge, as long as they are a lawyer and in good standing with Alabama State Bar. And that's really the gist of it. It would take pressure off of the probate clerks, it would take a little pressure off the circuit clerk, because probate court clerk has to certify the record, send it up to probate court, if it's going back, and the circuit clerk has to send the record back down to probate court. So it would create some efficiency. As I said, I think we're settled into, that's about where our docket's gonna be. It's about 1,100, 1050 to 1,100, 1,200 cases at all times. But this would help us be a little more efficient in those particular cases. This is just cases that originate in probate court. We wouldn't be sending divorces now, we would be sending criminal cases, but just the cases, just the cases that originate in the probate court. And that's what we're asking you for tonight, is to support a resolution through our legislative delegation. And then also, when it comes up on the ballot, we hope next November, to support it and, or encourage your constituents to vote for it, because it is a positive change in our court system. It would make the court system more efficient than it is right now. I'd be happy to entertain any questions on might have, or anything else that you want to say.
May I say something? I served 2 terms on the Bar Commission, and our circuit historically is always number 2, number 3 in need of another circuit judge. There are only 2 circuits besides ours that have 1 circuit judge and there are 3 that have 1 district judge. But we, in some cases like Franklin County, we have double their population.
When you boil down the number of population by judge, we're number 1. We're roughly 60,000 people in the county. Compare that to Jefferson County, where they have 25 judges. It's like 23,000 people for every judge that you have in Jefferson County. So right now, on the weighted case law study that just redid a year and a half ago, we're at number 8. They just created, the legislature created 13 new judgeships that are going to take office in the 2026 election cycle. And those all went to Madison, Lee County, the circuit that has Watauga, Chilton, and Elmore County, Baldwin County, and Limestone County. Or maybe it's, what's Florence? Is that Lauderdale County? It's Lauderdale County. So out of those 13, we didn't get it. We have beat that drum for a while. I'm about to the point I don't think it's going to happen, because they're not going to add any more. Legislatures don't want to give money to the courts that way. So that's the reason we're asking to make these kind of changes that can help us become more efficient where we can. So, I don't see that change. We welcome it. I mean, that would be, you know, we've got all the kind of cases that population generates. Criminal cases, divorce cases, you know, we don't have a lot of medical malpractice cases, so we've got one hospital, you know, limited number of nursing homes, that kind of stuff. The complex cases, we don't have that many of them. But the cases that population drives, we got our share. So, yeah, but not complaining. I'm privileged to serve as your judge, and proud to serve every day and work with some fantastic people in the courthouse. Have great members of the bar. So we have a good court. We have a good bar in this county, and we're fortunate.
And I will say that I am willing to take on the additional responsibility of these cases, and I will have to second, Judge Reed has done an incredible job cleaning the docket up. I actually got to practice under him as an attorney about a year and a half before I was sworn in, and the dockets were moving, and he's done all he could do to clean them up. This would expedite, a lot of cases, this would save a whole lot of money, time and effort from the ladies in my office as well as his, and he's already said that. But it's literally to try to certify a file and send it up the way we need to send it up. It takes a lot of time and effort that we can avoid by giving the executive powers. And again, I'm willing to take on that responsibility, and we would love your support in this resolution.
Council have any questions?
I hope that you're probate judge for a long time, Tamara, but in the event that the next probate judge is not a lawyer, it would just go back to the way it is.
The way the bill is written, it is only if the lawyer, the probate judge is a lawyer, a member of the Alabama State Bar, and good standing. So it has to be more than just a lawyer, it has to be in good standing.
That's a good point. I don't trust positions, but I do trust people.
Cause the way I see this, do I hear a motion to support this resolution? I so move. Do we have a second? Second. Is there any other discussion?
Councilman Jason Grigsby.
Yes.
Councilman John McDougal. Yes. Councilman Chad Pass. Yes. Councilman Thomas Swindle.
Yes.
Councilman Alex Faulkner.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, mayor's report to the council. Fourth of the Park Board.
The only thing I want to mention is, we have had a lot of clearly stating what, the cost of that will be. So we're working on that, and we'll hopefully have that ready in the next, before the end of the year is what I hope, so we can start to get pretty fresh, with that, because we got travel ball, there's a group that's, playing soccer on Sunday afternoons, at County One pretty regular, and, I don't think there's been any major issues or anything with any of them, but we
Was
just.
that issue with, on the Sunday evenings?
Yes, I did talk to, Penny about one issue, that we've had a discussion with them about. But just so everybody kinda knows that what we expect of them, I think it would be good to consider putting something in writing before they come to use our food.
Who uses our baseball? It's like our big area. Does Cleveland uses it all? I mean, they run like a varsity JV.
As far as the school, I don't think the schools use it.
The school doesn't use it at all.
This past year was just baseball, youth baseball, and softball, youth cricket.
They changed, there were two softball
Yeah.
They made it all better.
Somebody's using it right now for football.
Freshman football are playing games out there, from what I understood, is that right, Justin?
Yes, sir.
Uh,
They didn't ask me, but I know like Mount Pleasant is looking for a place to play baseball, and everybody else is about to turn them down. Yeah,
that's.
it's family, but again, they don't know about riding for free.
Right.
Okay, who they are.
And really, the cost that we've discussed is, you know, $25, I believe, a night or something like that, so it, you know, we're not gonna be cashing big checks, let people use the ball field, but it does help with some of the costs, people going in there and using the bathrooms and using toilet paper,
Without a doubt, we don't need to go in the hole,
right.
especially if it's not people from the town of Cleveland. If it's the town of Cleveland people,
Right.
you know, different outlook, but if it's,
Private travel ball groups, and then just, I think the county, I don't really know if the bunch that's played soccer, it's really a part of any kind of organization, it's just a group of people that like to get together and play soccer, as far as I know. But just, so there's something in writing, and they know that we're on the same page as far as what we expect. I believe the issue on County One was a housekeeping issue, there was, some trash and some other things that need to be taken care of. We just want to lay out clear state rules and clearly state what the cost of that is. Probably explain what that, the reason for that charge and where it's going. So we'll work on that, bring that before council, hopefully in the next couple of months. I think that's, all that I have.
turkey shoot apartment.
Oh, yes, turkey shoot, youth football's wanting to do a turkey shoot sometime. Do we have a date on that?
November 15th.
November 15th, so right before Thanksgiving, at County One. We may get Bill or Ken to go down there and just approve their direction of fire, make sure we're not shooting for County One or anything, so, but that'll, be coming next month. Anything else, Justin?
No, I just wanted to add in that I did call around to some local parks to try to get numbers on what they were charging to rent out their fields. So that number that we come up with was kinda middle of the road type deal. Cause you have like Aniana that charges $75 for every 2 hours you use a field up there to practice on, and you have Nectar that charges $20, you know, so kinda, we don't wanna be overpriced, but we also don't wanna be underpriced on that deal, cause I know it.
Number, like what it costs to burn those lights for an
I don't know.
I know what it cost me a year.
Over
Over
$50,000.
That's kinda what I was thinking.
Is that $25 for one field or just for?
The way, and Nectar's, they said it was so much much without lights and then it was more with lights, correct?
Well, that's what I was told, but when I called over there and talked to him, that lady she gave me one flat number of $20.
Okay.
So, I don't know if that was $20 an hour, $20 for 2 hours, what, she just said it'll be $20.
I think we continue to do some research and find out an idea of what that really costs us to run those lights for how long.
I think we used to charge by the hour, didn't we, Steve?
Yeah, I think so,
And at that time, I think it was $20 an hour, and this has been
for just lights.
just lights, that was several years ago.
I think you just need, your group needs to work up with the situation and plan where that's
We'll work on that, bring it to you soon. And also too, let me mention the pond looks way better. I've heard several people
Yeah.
come to me and say that did a great job. I'm glad we put that in the budget this year. I think we need to use that to keep that up because people are really enjoying that down there.
I got one question, what about liability with these?
And that's also something that we discussed as far as using the fields is whatever where you need to require as far as insurance.
Well, I told that travel ball team that, with all the rec leagues in the town, they all have to carry insurance for their kids. So, I asked them, I said, well, y'all have insurance, so if y'all practicing out on our field that, the town's not gonna be liable, and y'all got it covered, since y'all have insurance on all your kids that you're playing for you, so. And they said, well, yeah, we have insurance. I said, well, that's probably something you're gonna need to show.
Right.
I think Miranda's got something on, if they use the field to hold, that we can't get blamed for any,
Yes. There was a whole on this.
yeah.
Am I wrong to think that if it's a Cleveland team, it's a completely different?
Correct. These are outside entities. These are not our local youth sports leagues. and
Like if
programs.
Cleveland High School wanted to practice their JV, or, even Cleveland Rec, if it's a Cleveland team,
Right.
it's different,
I think so.
opinion.
Yeah, I agree with that too. This would just be for outside groups. That's all I got.
Any other questions for Grant? If not, report from the grant committee, you'll find in your packet, we did receive a letter for a funding recommendation. That don't mean we've got it yet, but it means it's moved up and we're gonna be considered for our park over here, so put in a prayer for that, but, as right now, we're not gonna hear anything because the government shut down. And this is a federal grant, so as soon as we hear something, we'll let everybody know. The next on the list is, the sign quote for the, 4 signs that go with our city limits. Have y'all got any questions on that? We've already, in your package, you'll find the quote from Devaney Sign, and a picture. And they look very nice. He's give us a price of, what was it, $19,400? We do have a $2,500 grant from Alabama Power to put on this, so we're looking at about $17,000 on that.
Time take.
Well, I guess he give us a timetable when we tell him
To go far.
to go for it. But that's what we need to do tonight. Do we wanna go on with the project, or council's gonna have to make that decision?
Make a motion, we do.
Well, either way, I'm tired of talking about these signs, we've been talking about having them for almost
Since you've
since
been
I've
here.
been on council. I either want us to do the signs or vote till it's not have signs.
Make a motion, we have signed.
Well, I think it'd be nice, especially, I like the ones that, when I drive, I see the one going in Ayana. They're good looking signs.
I do vote we either do it or we decide we're not gonna do it.
Okay, we have a motion to go on with the project. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Do we have any other discussion?
Councilman Jason Grigsby.
Yes.
Councilman Don McDougal. Yes. Councilman Chad Pass.
Yes.
Councilman Tommy Swindle.
Yes.
Councilman Alex Faulkner.
Yes.
Next on the agenda is a rebuild Alabama grant for widening and resurfacing of Head Drive. That project will be started sometime first of November. Dunn Construction was the low bidder on it. And, he actually come in under what the grant was for. So, like I said, that'll start around the first of November. Medical clinic, we met with them yesterday. Hopefully that project will get started October the 30th with,
I need a motion for the bid winner.
oh yeah, gotta get it started. Do we have a motion for Dunn Construction on the widening of the Head Drive?
So moved.
Do we have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Do we have a second? Any other discussion?
Councilman Jason Grigsby.
Yes.
Councilman Don McDougal. Yes. Councilman Chad Pass.
Yes.
Councilman Tommy Swindle.
Yep.
Councilman Alex Faulkner.
Yes. We met on the medical clinic, as I said yesterday, me and Steve and, Ernie. If nothing don't happen, that project will start October the 30th with Steve and them relocating some water lines down there, so hopefully before winter time, we'll have the drive-through put in. The weather will stay good, we'll have the drive-through put in, and we can get these people in and out instead of having to get their walkers out and try to get from the parking lot to the, front of the clinic. Chamber Board,
Cover Bridge Festival this weekend.
Yes, on the water line and the bid.
okay, go ahead.
On Ernie 65 on the bid.
Oh, I thought we done that last month, do we not?
did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we voted on it last month.
Yeah.
Cover Bridge Festival
This weekend.
this weekend. Me and Mayor's got golf cart duty that morning, and I've got the chamber table
Oh, okay.
that morning too. So next event, not it.
You're on the water board.
I'm sorry, I'm busy twice a month. At the Agricultural Center.
Okay. Utility board,
Yeah, I've got, one thing here, James Dobbs, that just passed his, water certification, which is now grade 2 certified water operator. So his pay would have increased, last week, I think it was on 9/30, which would have started this fiscal year, which we had it in the budget, had it in the budget for last year. I wanna go on to say, I wanna congratulate him, which he's not here, but this is, the first time in many, many years that I've got everybody certified. So that's a plus. Everybody, every water system can't say that, but that's a plus, and I mean, it looks good for us for, when they do annual inspection for 8 AM, so, they've got other things to work toward right now, but at least we've got everybody certified in water. And I had one other thing, that I forgot a while ago is the water department needs to, or we want to go back into this, weeklies and do our website. What we got now is not really working. Once we switched over to town or whatever, and we can do this for $144 a year. And it's the same thing that we had before, and we can go in and put our CCRs and stuff on it, which is required by them. We don't have to have somebody to do it, we do it ourselves. So in any kind of events or anything that we have, rate increases, all that would be put on this website also. And also it gives everybody a chance to pay their bills online, which whenever they go to this and hit next pay, it takes them to a whole different deal, which is where they go and pay the bills, which it costs them, I think it's $1.90 or $2 and something, whatever it is, $2.75. But the way it is right now is we got it going, through the town's website, and if they got a question, then it comes to Miranda.
No, it's set to go to Michelle.
Okay.
Now.
Well, okay. Either way, it's gonna work a lot better with, if we'll go back to week. It'd be separated, I guess you'd say. It's kinda like everything's been separated down anyway, for whatever reason. But, I mean, this is a secure website, for the people. It ain't gonna affect us. I mean, it's through, and actually it's, recommended by, Computer Network too, that does our water program. Or that's where we was at before. The next bill, yeah. So, which is, what I was gonna say is, by talking to them, we should be able to go back to the old website that we had, which was the town's, and just bill from there. And which, like I said, it's $144 a year is what it costs.
So you need it for billing purposes, is that what?
For billing and for water, just where we can put all of our rate increases, everything on it. Right now, and maybe it works different, we don't have control of that. We would have to send it to Miranda's guy, Tom, whatever, and then let him put it on. So by doing this, we do it, whenever we get ready to do it. With the way it is, we gotta go through somebody else to do it. And we don't need to do that.
I think you said it, but we left from that because
It was an unsecured website.
Supposedly unsecured, but we're secure because it's a password protected website. And then actually when somebody pays their bill, they collect on next pay, click on next pay, and it goes over to another website, which is not even ours, it is secure. You know, that the customers actually deal with somebody else, they're dealing with us, you know, but it does come back and it's real time, man.
So the only thing you have to worry about being secure is those online payments. When they click that link, it takes them to Next Bill Pay, which is where they go to pay their bill even now from this other website. Everything else is gonna be CCRs, bank draft forms for people that can print them out and they mail them in with voided checks. CCRs are gonna be required to be put on there twice a year now. Right, that's about to go twice a year. And then like if there's gonna be rate increases, we're able to notify them, or any other changes, like the fees going up, things like that, we are able to go on there and put like a thing letting the customer know. Plus, we're still getting calls that people can't pay their bills because they don't, well, they're not seeing that that website has changed. On the back of our bills, it's still got kind of Cleveland out.
We'll be changing those probably one more month. We'll be going to the new, I guess you say, envelope billing, so we won't be having those cards anymore. Hopefully we won't have any more lost bills. But we're gonna be using one more month, cause we got a $700-something credit with the post office. We wanna use that up before, we don't wanna just let it sit there. Cause it might be harder to get that back out of US post office. We don't know. It's in their trust account.
Okay, you putting this in a,
I'm requesting that the council approve us to do this.
okay, so you've heard the request. What's the council? Do we have a motion, or do you wanna talk about it, or?
I'm gonna do it.
Okay, we got a motion to do a second. Do we have any other discussion? Okay, we have a motion discussion, second, no discussion?
Councilman Jason Grigsby.
And this is to go back, I'm sorry, I'm on that, but to go back to our old stuff.
Just for the water.
Just for the water.
The town will have our website, and then water's gonna have their own website.
And it is secure.
Yes. From what they're saying, that the
Yeah.
payments are secure from the next bill pay.
Cause it's the same link, so if they click on this new one or they click on the old one, it's taking them to the same website. So it is secure.
It costs $150 a year.
And we're good now?
Yeah.
Okay. Councilman Jason Grigsby.
Yes.
Councilman Donna Field.
Yes.
Councilman Chad Pass.
Yes. I'm sorry, that's old man.
Pause.
It's a long week.
Councilman Alex Baldwin.
Yes.
Mayor James Sullivan.
I didn't have to go get. Well, while Tommy's in there and waiting on that, we're gonna move on, we're gonna skip the police right now and get that last, because we're gonna need to go into executive session on that.
That's all, man.
It's been in the budget since last year.
What time we're gonna meet them? My flight leaves out 11:30, anytime before that, if not, I'm gonna be back to Friday night.
Didn't come for none, man.
Yeah. But I, 8 a.m.
Cameron, let's see what time she can be here. That's.
Yeah, she's wonderful.
Said Annie,
That's all work for me now. Yeah.
he's gotta go ask him, but. Said Annie.
I have to be at the airport by 10:30.
I can go over there and Susan. Schools and hospitals do this in register.
That's a horrible idea.
But she said I educate them on how they can register to it. How about that? I could do it, I could do it 7 a.m. I know that's early. But
I'll be up at 5 no matter
I can
what,
do it,
so I
I'm
can.
up at 4, so I mean, that's y'all's call, but I can square you in at 7 a.m. if that's what you need me to do. And I'd be willing to do that, cause I can get to Susan home by 7:45.
7 o'clock it's 7 o'clock?
So sorry.
It's fine with me.
Okay,
I ain't committing to nothing on about November.
Let me ask you this, do we have to do it all together, or can I swear him in at 7 a.m. and come back and swear you all in later?
you could do that, I mean, as long as he gets sworn in that day, Alex. Or does it have, everybody have to be here?
I don't know the answer.
What?
My thinking would be that it needs to be in conjunction with the meeting.
So we're gonna have to have an organizational meeting, that's where
Right.
that's where the, you know,
Can you
That's
swear
like
him
all-
the day before?
Do what?
No.
No, can't.
Have to do it on or after, or do it after?
You do it after. See, they're gonna have a council meeting on the
second,
fall.
the second.
Yeah, Chad can, yeah, we still have to have the organizational meeting on November 3rd. And we
Right.
can do the swearing in, like, 'cause Chad's not gonna be able to be here. He can be sworn in at the next council meeting, but we still have to have the majority, everybody sworn in. And
Correct.
people in their appointed positions to go.
But you could do 9 o'clock and then Jason be sworn in on the Thursday meeting.
have an organizational meeting that Monday, so we need to pick a time to have that organizational meeting.
Cameron gotta be there?
She has,
She'll be there to swear,
yeah.
yes, to swear up, the ones that's
Good for
here,
her then.
yeah, whatever.
After, I mean, we usually finish within an hour, so I'll be done by 9 o'clock and I have nothing the rest of the day, so you tell me what's best for everybody, and I'll be.
Alright, you heard that, after 10 o'clock, she's free the rest of the day. What time do you want?
Alex.
10 o'clock, that'll work.
10 o'clock, good with everybody? Okay, 10 o'clock on the 3rd.
Can I go back and get Tommy's vote?
Yeah, Tommy? You need to
Tommy,
go out and get your vote
Need
on.
to get your vote on, the water department, the website going to Weebly. Weebly, that's what we're going to, that's what that other old website was.
Everybody else was yes.
Everybody else was yes.
Just how it does.
$145 a year to go back to what Steve wants.
That was a yes? Okay, alright.
Okay, like I said, we're gonna skip the police department. For right now, we're gonna go to the multi-purpose board and its barbecue sponsorship for $750.
I'll make a motion to, donate or sponsor.
Okay, we got a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Who's that, Joe?
Who's it going?
I hope I put.
Is it the Bothwell?
No,
Yeah,
this is the
well,
APT.
Yeah, this is the APT,
Oh.
in which, my understanding, the council will have free tickets there to go get plates.
Yeah.
Oh, that's another event, somebody needs to work a table. And Chad's on the multi-purpose board, so Chad can do it.
Who's putting the event on? Is it the Chamber?
Alabama, no,
Oh,
it's Alabama,
APT.
yeah, it's the Alabama Public Television.
Sarah, I'm like.
Is this what Cottonfield is coming?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And then it's gonna be televised, and it's for the cook-off, and for whoever wins this, they go to some other national, barbecue event. So,
What's that date? Phil had it on Facebook.
October the 25th, it starts at 11, it's 11:05,
What date?
October the 25th,
It's gonna be down here at the multi-purpose.
yes, ma'am.
Okay, we've got a motion, we've got a second. Is there any other questions?
Do they need an official taster?
I'm sure they'll let you do one, Tommy. They will.
I had to buy out on the Met Julep.
Councilman Jason Grigsby,
Yes.
Councilman Don McDougal,
Yes.
Councilman Chad Pass,
Yes.
Councilman Tommy Swindle,
Yes.
Councilman Alex Baldwin.
Yes.
New business, man, I thought we was gonna get through with old business. Or we don't have no old business, just reports. Blount County Animal Shelter is asking for their annual donation of $2,490.
That's what we did last year.
And we did 24.
Bill, was anybody any more satisfied with that? Yes.
I will say that this year, we've had a lot of help, one including an after-hour call where they met me down there, let me bring an animal in that they kind of bent the rules a little for me, so this year I can tell you that they have helped us out a lot more than in the past. I'm not meaning that bad towards them in the past, but like I said, we had a person with warrants and they had an animal and we had nowhere to take them, and that lady was real good to come down on her own time after hours and take the animal that I rendered to them, so yes, sir, they've been helpful this year, at least to my knowledge.
Well, everybody knows I'm a big supporter of the animal shelter, but again, I wanna see effort,
my only thing was, I don't want them to, if we're not gonna give any money, I don't expect preferential treatment. Cause I don't feel like we can complain if,
Absolutely.
now, if we're giving money and not satisfied, different story. But, if you're in the opinion that it's doing better and we've
Yes.
got, I'm in the opinion we do it, again.
Is that a motion?
Yes, sir.
Do we have a second? Do we have any other discussion?
Councilman Jason Grigsby,
Yes.
Councilman Don McDougal. Yes. Councilman Chad Pass.
Yes.
Councilman Tommy Swindle.
Yeah.
Councilman Alan Spaldner.
Yes. Okay, the next thing on here is, we talked about it earlier, the Christmas parade. The chamber is asking that each town participate in that, so. Alex, what's your thought on that?
I thought that's what Chad's thought was.
Can we use the truck,
Everybody,
police truck?
oh yeah, we could use everybody goes for
That parade don't have a float.
No. They didn't ask for a float.
Yeah.
They were just,
You can
on
go and
Chad.
Chad.
She knows Chad, and she just said, tell Chad to do
I
it.
don't have to look at my schedule, I'm 90% positive I'm busy that time.
I have a question.
Okay,
I can have that truck washed and filled up, I don't have to drive it, do I?
yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Come on, you know,
Yes.
you know how many years I sat
Well,
there froze in that thing?
Hey,
Just say.
here, hey, it's either you or, Ken.
Hurry,
Or,
no,
now
they
here's the
can't.
theory, I could delegate to one of these other fellas, right?
Well, you
Put
could,
them
yeah.
right, put them in
Look,
uniform.
we need to put our best foot forward if we're gonna be in the Christmas parade.
Yeah.
And
Are you gonna
I'm
be
of the opinion
You're gonna be sitting in the front seat.
am I the best foot?
I think your place Santa Claus would be in the front seat. Babe?
Depends on how cold it is where I'm sitting.
Okay, so I guess, do I hear a motion to be in the parade? Do we have a motion?
Make a motion that you're in the parade.
No, all of us. All right, she's made a motion. Do we have a second?
I second, because I think we need to be recognized as the town clerk.
Okay. We have a motion and a second.
Councilman Jason Grigsby.
Yeah.
Councilman Don McDougal.
We've been here too long.
Councilman Don McDougal.
Yes.
Councilman Chad Pass.
I'm a hard no on the Christmas parade.
Councilman Tommy Swindle.
Yeah.
Councilman Alan Spaldner.
Sure. Okay.
How many is that truck seat?
There's four at best and two behind the cage.
I know the
I
front
think the one
seat.
that made the motion gets to sit behind the cage.
Now we're talking.
Monica can get, she'll be in the parade.
Yeah, that's right. That's right, see what you got voted in.
I know what he's saying.
Good
Okay.
news is that bed flips up, the cooking bales of hay and everybody.
We're gonna need to go in, on the police department, we're gonna need to go into executive session. We will not, we'll, I guess, go ahead and, adjourn, because when we come out, there will be no other discussion. So, your general fund and water department statements is in here for September, if you have any questions, you can get with us on that. Do I hear a motion to go into executive session? Do I have a second?
So at this point, since they don't have anything else to do, really, anytime they go in a spot like this, it's probably a good idea to go ahead and stop it. That way it keeps the file size from getting out of hand. So, yeah. And put it on there where it locks the screen. That way you can't bump it and